So you look good, but you want to look great. I get it. You work out, you eat well enough, and you generally look healthy, but there is this pull nagging at you, reminding you, I know I'm capable of looking great. Like, look like I lift weights great. And am I running out of time to make this happen? And then another panic sits in. Wait, I still want to be hot in my 40s and 50s. I hear this often, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with looking good, but the problem is when good isn't actually what you want. You want to look great. So what does good to great look like? And are you really running out of time? That's what I'm diving into in today's episode. From good to great, let's get into it. Now, first, let's describe what actually good is. That's probably where you're sitting right now. You look healthy. You work out consistently, enough that no one would call you inactive. You got weights in your hands, you're lifting weights, you generally eat well-ish for the most part. You have the, workout clothes, you know what protein is, you've got a kind of an understanding of what macros are, you've dabbled in tracking macros. You've probably had phases where you've looked better than you do now, but they're just phases of a little better or a little worse. And you're putting in enough effort that you feel like you should have more to show for it, which is frustrating in itself. But at the same time, you're not super overweight. Maybe there's some added fluff that okay, I could be healthier if I also remove this. But also in certain light or certain movements, you see muscle definition. Like when you're picking a weight up at the gym in the mirror, you're like, wait a minute, what was that? A little shoulder gap there? Oh, a little leg definition there. So it's underneath there. And around certain people, depending on who they are, you kind of feel proud where you're like, okay, yeah, I still take care of myself. But then when you're around other people and maybe people that you more admire or have put more weight on their opinions in this aspect, you kind of feel a little bit of just a splash of shame because your shape and you feel like your shape doesn't represent your values and who you really are and what you're really capable of. And I know you guys do not like to feel average. And right now you may feel average, but you know that you are an above average person just in all aspects of your life. That's how you view yourself, and that's why you're so successful in so many areas of your life. And you could be fine here, but you're secretly wondering, is this it? Should I just accept this and just settle? Maybe this is just my settling point. But there is that pull in you that says you could have a great shape if you wanted to. You're more than capable of it. And it doesn't mean there's doubt. You have doubts about it for sure, but you know that you're capable. You're smart, you're hardworking. Like you have all the ingredients to create a shape that you want. And then the nagging inner thoughts come in where you're like, wait, am I letting myself go? Wait, am I still hot? Wait, am I trending to not be hot? I need to still be hot now. I'm in my 30s, my 40s, my 50s. Like, I know I see people out there that are hot, and I know that I want to still be hot at this age. And there's another little sting that pops up here and there that's like, this is my last chance. I'm in my 30s, or I'm in my 40s, or I'm in my 50s. This is my last chance to make it happen and create that great shape. And I told myself I would achieve this next level shape one day, and like this is my chance to do it. And I'd be kind of disappointed in myself if I didn't make this happen. For as much as I care about this, for as much as I know, for as much as how much effort I put in, I should look like I lift weights. And I've heard all of the things I've just shared from so many women. So if you have had any of these thoughts, like this is all normal, right? And I get it because I've definitely been there before where I'm like, okay, I'm good, but I want to be great. I want to have a great shape. I want to take it to the next level. So if you're desiring this great shape, I get it. You want a shape that looks hot and fit in everything. One of my clients, she shared a reel the other day. It was so good. And she just came out and said it. And she said, being fit is the fit. She said she's 43 now and she looks better now than she did when she was in her 20s and 30s because she learned, obviously in Create Your Shape, how the tools work to build muscle, to decrease body fat. And she just unleashed it. There was no shame, all out, so real. It was such a good reel. And basically, she was saying, I can wear anything. I can wear the hot new clothes. I can go to the gym in my little tank top and sports bras and booty shorts. And she was just like owning it, that, yeah, this is like how she could live her life, and just creating that image of, yeah, you just throw on whatever you want and you don't have to think twice. Like, you're not concerned about wearing the tank top with your arms out, or wearing the shorts with your legs out. Like, you just don't think twice. Someone takes a candid photo of you and you're like, oh yeah, I look good, right? And you walk past the mirror, either at home when you're changing or at the gym, and you kind of do a double take of like, that's me. I look like that. I created that. The shoulder caps, the glutes, you look like you lift even if you're in normal clothes. And vacation doesn't become something where like, oh, I should have dieted before this. I wish I got leaner before this. It's more of a shape that you have all the time, where you're playing on the beach with your kid and there's kind of this a little bit of pride. This is my shape, but also there's no concern. You're just not thinking about it because you're enjoying your life. You aren't constantly trying to get back to some version of yourself. You are feeling good where you're at, and also feel good. Oh, I know I can keep compounding after this. I know I can keep looking better after this if I wanted to, because you have the tools to be able to do so. And your physique becomes this thing that you're proud of instead of this nagging project. So there's no shame, and there's a splash of pride, which is nice. Like, you're known for being the fit hot mom in your community or in your circle. The best part too is when you look better than younger generations currently. So you're not even thinking about getting older because you're like, well, I've got things figured out that they don't even have figured out. I'm doing pretty well. And when friends complain about like sagging skin or not being able to wear certain things, and you can kind of tell, you can see people as they age, they start wearing things that your mom back in the day and your mom's friends wore, and you're kind of like, oh, I see how that happens, but it's not happening to you. The other thing is, this isn't something that weighs on you. It's just who you are and how you live. You just get the matching set, the new trending matching set, and you don't even think about it because it's just like, yeah, of course my shape looks good in this. Or you just have your meals for the day. You like go out to dinner. It's just how you operate, and it's not something that's like constantly on the to-do list. Another thing is about the activities. You feel good and capable doing any activity. I was recently with my group of friends that I've grown up with, where we've always done things, we've always been active and capable. And for the first time, somebody said, I don't know if I could do that activity. And I was kind of like, oh, whoa, that's so interesting that this is happening, where for me, it's not okay for me personally to not be able to partake in a group activity that we want to do because I'm limited by my strength or what I'm capable of. So that's another thing, right? You're capable of doing these activities, whether it's with your kids, with your friends. There's nothing, oh, that's out of like what I am able to do now. It's like only you have the opportunity now to keep having more life experiences. And the looks are definitely one thing, obviously, and then we're talking about now having the strength and capabilities for hobbies and activities and just living. But also, this is when we start to think about and emphasize our health. What's actually going on underneath the hood when it comes to our hormones healthy? Is our physical body doesn't just look good and we have the strength, but are we actually healthy too? And we're compounding that as we get older as well. And this may feel urgent, this need to go from good to great to achieve this now. And There are reasons not to overly stress about it, but there are very good reasons why it is better to do this now to take your shape from that good to great versus waiting or putting it off or hoping that it happens. The first reason is after 30, you probably have seen this data point before, but after 30, and as we continue to get older, preserving and building muscle becomes increasingly important because that is when it will start to regress. And while lifting weights is great, lifting doesn't automatically mean you're maximizing muscle growth. So if you're already lifting weights, that will help you either lose muscle slower or ideally maintain if you're doing it well. But again, that doesn't mean you're actively building muscle. Generally, I find just because you're lifting weights, you're not. Only because it just hasn't been optimized. And this was me for years and years and years. And I was having fun in the gym and I felt healthy doing it, but I was not progressing, especially at a rate that I could have. And this is where the nuance of the next level training comes into play. So if we're regressing in muscle mass, then yeah, the longer we wait, the further we have to come back from, but then also to build from that point. So that's when it comes to muscle mass. And when it comes to body fat, you are always either maintaining, losing body fat, or gaining body fat. You are always doing one of those three. It's kind of like driving, right? You can either go straight down on the highway and you're always staying on that highway, just maintaining, or you can take the path to the left and you're going south and then you are maybe constantly losing, or you're going right and then you're going north and then you're constantly gaining. So if you've been going down a certain path and you can know, look at the past year of your life, look at the past 5 years. This is where a lot come to me and say, oh, over the past year or the past 5 years, I've slowly gained anywhere from, could be just 5 pounds or 15 pounds, or some even say 30 pounds. And so if we continue down that path and another 1, another 5, another 10 years, that's only going to compound or double, right? Going down that path unless it's redirected. So the sooner you do redirect, right, the less you're going to have to correct, but then you'll have a better starting point to create that shape that you envision that looks like you lift. And if you are maintaining, if you've like, oh no, I have been maintaining, that's kind of where I was. And I will say my 2 regrets from not starting sooner is, the first is biological. So every year, our hormones, again, as we age, will softly trend downward, especially testosterone, right? And testosterone makes everything easier. Building muscle, decreasing body fat. I'm so jealous that Gen Z has the gym going scene. It is so popular and trendy for Gen Zers to go to the gym. So I see all these 23-year-olds who are building so much more muscle, and it's so much easier for them, right? Because, and especially if they don't really know what they're doing, they can still gain some muscle because they have that advantage. And I just want to emphasize here, the process doesn't change, right? It's just the hormones that can shift and can change. So that's why in the full Create Your Shape program, I do blood work review so we can see how we can optimize that as well. But that is really one of the main things is, oh my gosh, you get the benefit of that. But then 2 is, the second thing is compounding results. So regardless of your age, every year your shape should be getting better and better. I could only imagine where I would be now, even if I started a year or 2 before, because then I would have that compounding results of that. And that is why I have ladies in their 50s that are like, I look better than I did in my 20s, right? Because they have the tools to build muscle it's at the next level. So it's more nuanced. They're just getting more out of it. But then they also compound those results, right? Like months after months, they keep getting better and better. So this isn't just for bigger long-term visions. And this isn't to be like, oh my gosh, I should have started when I was 20. No, it's same like investing, right? The best time to start yesterday, but then the second best is today. And so it doesn't mean you won't get there. Clearly, I have so many ladies who get there, but it just shows what happens when you change that start time. And this isn't just big picture, right? If you think about it just from seasonality too, of okay, what does that look like then over the months of the year with different things going on? And that could be holidays, that could be trips, that could be birthday seasons, that could be school. And so maybe we pause during that time frame. But the thing that happens here is we're going to always have that, especially in today's world. We just always have so much going on between, okay, there's holidays, and then it's not holidays, and it's vacations, and then it's birthday month, and then it is work focus, and then it's all these things. And at this point, we just have to learn how to do nutrition and fitness and create the shape while those things are going on. And it gets so much better when you have the tools to manage it during those time frames, because not only can you maintain better, but then you don't feel like, oh my gosh, this is something else on the to-do list. It just feels like, oh yeah, no matter what comes up, I know how to manage that, because those things will always be here. And you really want to be able to like live and build your shape and maintain your shape. Even with seasonality, for example, the ladies who are joining the September Create Your Shape sprint class they're doing it to look and feel better now, but really they understand how it works. So they're creating their next summer shape now. And so they realize, okay, if I gain the skills now, if I start building some muscle and I decrease body fat, and I have the skills to then maintain over the holidays, and then I can continue to do another improvement, meaning another like building muscle and decreasing body fat over spring, right? They realize this takes time and they're going to create that compounding results. Then in summer, I'm going to be revealing this new shape. So I'm excited for everyone who is doing that. And if you want to join us, now's the time to get signed up, because we're enrolling now. When you get signed up by the end of August, you immediately get the Sprint Nutrition Kit, and you also get the Create Your Shape training program. And so the link is in the show notes to join us, or you can go to jennythenutritionist.com/create-your-shape. And with all of this, the main thing is the time will pass anyway, but they stay in the same shape. And here's the thing, you are good, which is amazing. You already are good. You're generally healthy, and you can love being that where you're at right now and still want to achieve and if you are someone who's like, wait a minute, no, I'm not going to let this pass, I am going to create great, then you can also achieve the goal of wanting to be great, but also being like, yeah, I'm good, but I know I can be great. So the final thing is, with all this, time will pass anyway. And so I have so many who listen to the podcast for years, and then they start to like, okay, now I'm going to change my shape. And they get the information from the podcast and it's helpful, but they stay in the same shape, or they just make subtle changes instead of creating transformation. I'm changing my shape and I'm getting all of this and implementing it all at once to make those compounding results. And I will tell you, if you have that itch, if you have that nudge, you are definitely capable of it. So that's what I wanted to share this episode, and I'll see you next week on the Create Your Shape podcast.